Are you looking for relevant healthcare information? Log on to MediCircle and watch experienced medical professionals talking on common healthcare topics. Stay informed, stay healthy, stay tuned to MediCircle. Hello, this is Smita Kumar and you're watching MediCircle. Today on our healthcare startup series, we have Debjyoti Dhar and Kumar Sankaran with us. Debjyoti is known as India's microbiome man. He has completed his PhD from the Indian Institute of Science in the field of molecular biology. He has patents for intestinal microbial health markers based on intestinal microbial profiling and guts microbial based profiling for disease susceptibility assessment and personalized nutritional recommendation. Kumar Sankaran is a business leader in the domain of healthcare research and delivery experience. He has studied biotechnology at Bangalore University. With Leucine Rich Bio, he is super heading the growth and also the innovations in the field of microbiome for the Asian market. Leucine Rich Bio has won the award for microbiome diagnostic from Frost and Sullivan in 2014. The same year, they also received the Super Startup Asia Award. Welcome to MediCircle, Dev Jyoti Dhar and Kumar Sankaran.
Thank you, Smita. Just to add another, award that we won, that is the National Startup Award we won in the life science category. We were awarded this year, but the award was for 2021. So another feather in our cap.
That's another feather definitely in your cap, and congrats for getting so much accolades. Definitely, it is going to boost the tempo at which people are working, and also the morals behind starting this particular startup. So to begin with, my question to you is like, as the co-founder of Leucine Rich Bio, tell us more about the South Asia's first microbiome company and its offerings also.
Thank you, Smita, for inviting us on this platform. Yes, so Prabhat, the other co-founder, and we've been very passionate about preventive healthcare. And one area that we thought that can add a lot of value in preventive healthcare is the microbiome. And we started this way back in 2014, even before microbiome was common knowledge. Ever since, we've been developing products and solutions around this area. So we're South Asia's first company to work around the microbiome space. And we have a couple of offerings right now. One is gut microbiome profiling test kit, and the other one is Rich Biome, which is our line of probiotics and prebiotics designed for the Indian gut.
So tell us, like, what are the main USPs or unique value proposition of Leucine Rich Bio? Devjyoti, I hope you can answer this because there might be but you can enumerate some of them here.
Yeah, so there are many, Smita, in the sense we are the first company, not only in South Asia, definitely, to have brought this science from the bench to the bedside. Generally, this term is used more in the pharma domain, but the whole idea was to bring whatever advancement that has happened in the domain of the microbiome to the end user. Of course, this is a new nascent science, new field, a lot of new things need to be still researched and developed, but we have been able to do that. And in doing so, we have one of the world's best curated databases, where we have all the information on the microorganisms, they're linked to various diseases. That's a very important tool to do whatever we are doing or anyone is doing in this domain. Then we have other databases, what we call as NutriBite, where all nutritional information has been curated. And of course, we have algorithms, matrices, which are all patent pending. So these are, first in their different fields, and all of them basically helped us to bring, South Asia's first gut microbiome test, what we call as BugSpeaks, and definitely South Asia's and India's first microbiome database nutraceutical product called Rich Biome Indus. And this is just the beginning, Smita. So with the base that we have, we are planning to do a lot many more interesting things and bring it to the masses.
Sankaran, would you like to add something?
To add to what they were saying, we now are sitting on the largest Indian microbiome data. That's giving us some very interesting insights. Yeah, it's also telling us how different we are from in terms of the microbiome from the rest of the population around the world, how our geography and our food habits are actually shaping our microbiome. And secondly, something which is quite technical but very unique, and only probably a handful of companies worldwide have this, is we now have a very large reference database for the microbiome. And that is bringing about, increasing the accuracy level to a very high extent. And very, very few companies or labs around the world have that kind of a database.
That's great. But as like the pandemic has really created a wake-up call for all of us, putting the spotlight on the need to take charge of one's health. So I think preventative care aims to avert predominantly lifestyle-oriented diseases. Like a report claims in 2019, preventative healthcare accounted for a meager 11% of the India's overall healthcare expenditure. But this sector is on the rise, specifically in urban and semi-urban areas. And it is estimated to be around $106 billion by 2022. So where is you are exactly operational, especially in the urban areas, and what are the plans of expansion from there?
We're operational in both the urban areas, and to our own surprise, we're also getting a lot of orders from the semi-urban areas. And interestingly, a lot of focus on preventive healthcare. People want to catch whatever underlying disease that they think that they might have very early on, and putting the effort to change it through nutrition. It's very difficult to change your lifestyle, food habits, but now we're seeing increasingly people willing to put that time and effort to change their health through nutrition.
So your venture has received, lots of funds also from Fellows Ventures and Mass Challenge Switzerland, and also angel investors. So how many funds you have raised so far, and how have the funds been utilized?
So we raised from Fellows Ventures back in 2017, where we were still young, we were still doing a lot of R&D work, and the fund kind of believed the vision that we had, backed us all the way to fulfill the vision that we had, and basically almost acted like a co-founder, which is, I guess, very rare when it comes to funds. And in our journey, we've also met some interesting angel investors who've put in money, and just to back our R&D effort and to grow this market in India. Mass Challenge was an accelerator based out of Switzerland, which gave us exposure both to the European market as well as exposure to the pharma and nutraceutical companies out there in Switzerland. And through that we hope to build collaborations, build products that we can take to the European market.
Sure. So, and what are like your revenues? What were your revenues in FY21, and what you're planning to close, especially at the year of FY22, while we all are resuming back, and it is still, normalcy is getting reversed. So, what kind of a revenue are expecting this year?
Exact numbers, well, I'll give you a ballpark kind of a number. This year we are hoping to close close to 2 CR Indian rupees, and FY21 we were around 70 to 80 lakhs roughly. And that too, please understand, we are in a domain which is very nascent. The test also has its own challenges, and of course COVID was all around. So if you put all of this into perspective, then we have done pretty good. But of course, we are doing a lot of things in the future which will boost our revenue, and hopefully adding novel products and solutions would be one of them.
And how COVID has impacted the growth of the company?
So this is very interesting, Smita. I'll just give you one small reference. So Ayurveda, our ancient Indian text, gives a lot of emphasis on gut health. Of course, they don't call it as gut microbiome or gut microbiota, but they always suggest, what they call as, prakriti or, agni. Agni is basically about digestion and, all those things. So they have been putting a lot of emphasis on the gut health. So what has happened is during COVID and post-COVID, people have realized that your immunity is very important to fight or any, pathogen. SARS-CoV-2 is just one of them. And gut, in fact, our immunity, 70% of our immune system is actually residing in the gut, and hence gut health and immunity are intertwined. And thankfully, because of digital age that we are in, and people mostly didn't have much to do, so they were doing a lot of Google searches and all. So a lot of people started looking at immunity and gut health. And very interestingly, once the first wave, came down or receded, we started getting a lot of queries and hits on our site, which was quite a surprise. And post-COVID, our trajectory went up. Of course, there were challenges, logistic challenges, because there were lockdowns in various parts of the country. And, we are dependent on logistics because we send kits and we receive the samples back from our end users. So if you leave that aside, the type of hits that we are getting rose up post-COVID. And we are seeing that even now. So that means COVID has helped people realize the importance of having good health, especially immunity. Gut health is the primary factor deciding that.
I think COVID has impacted all of us in different ways. One, so it has definitely made us more health conscious, and also connecting us back to Ayurveda, which is the ancient treatments and ancient plants. And I think a lot of startups like you are also inspired by the old tech systems which we used to have, which used to be there, but yes, we never practiced, we never read more about it. Just a quick question there. So there might be a lot of expectations once you get funded, and also from the consumers whom you are going to serve. So what are the goals Leucine Rich Bio want to achieve in this year 2022?
Great. So for one, we are doing a lot of clinical trials on our own, because in this domain, or especially life science healthcare domain, clinical trials are the yardstick, golden yardstick by which you measure the efficacy and other things of particular product. So a lot of clinical trials are on the anvil. Also, we are planning to come up with newer products, both in the nutraceutical domain, that is our Rich Biome brand. We are planning to, and this is all going to be based on the Indian microbiome data. So it will be research-based product. And also we are planning to come up with newer microbiome tests. It can be skin, it can be oral, etc. So all those are in the works. And of course, one of our main focus areas is also therapeutics. So we would be collaborate with various companies in this year, hopefully, to come up with novel therapeutics based on the gut microbiome. So these are exciting times for us, I guess. Kumar, you want to add something more on this?
Yeah, and along with that, I think for the consumers, what we're trying to do is bring about this entire experience of gut microbiome a lot more accessible. We hope that we can change a person's health, change a person's life, just by changing their food habits. And we've seen a lot of success in the people who have already taken the test, and we want to now take it out to the masses. So that's what I'm really excited about this year. And with the numbers that we're seeing with people getting onboarded this year, I mean, it's very, very encouraging for all the years of hard work and R&D that we have done. Now to see people reaching out and the numbers growing on a daily basis, that's very, very encouraging for us.
Definitely, it would be very, very encouraging for all of the team, and definitely both of you also. So any plans to focus on oral and skin microbiome also in the near future?
Yes, so we have the products ready for it, but we haven't launched it as yet. Still doing some beta testing with a few partners just to see what kind of recommendations that we need to give based on the oral and the skin microbiome. With the oral microbiome, we've also done studies in collaboration with hospitals in Bangalore. And this is in the area of cancer. So both from a consumer point of view and from a clinical perspective, I think we will be out with oral and skin products soon.
That's good to know. So thank you so much, Debjyoti and Sankaran, for joining us today as this healthcare startup series. We definitely hope that Leucine Rich Bio is also going to get more awards and also change the perceptive in which the people have started taking their health consciously, and the relation, as definitely as Debjyoti rightly said, that gut has got the maximum numbers of this immunity things, where we need to concentrate a lot more on the gut health, which is really, really going to make us more and more healthy. So any message to the fellow entrepreneurs who are trying to make big in this startup ecosystem?
My message is, perseverance is the key. Just grit your teeth, put your head down, and keep at it. And one day you will definitely succeed. So yeah, persevere.
For me also, it's two P's: perseverance and patience. You have to persevere and you have to be very patient. And if you are doing things right, things will fall in place. And you have to believe in yourself, basically.
Definitely. And once people start believing in your belief, it gives immense satisfaction and pleasure to the co-founders that what they have dreamt of at some point of time is now taking an actual reality. So kudos to the team at Leucine Rich Bio, and thank you so much for joining us today at MediCircle.
Thank you so much, Smita, for having us.
Thank you so much, Smita, for having us.
You're most welcome.